Hi, in this short video we're going to demonstrate how to save the member data from a Yahoo group into Excel so you can use it for uploading, for example, into groups.io or any other platform. The point is we want to save all the data. So first of all, if your group has less than 1,000 members, it's actually quite simple. You click here on Actions, Export. We're in the address of the group /members/all, and you have to be a moderator to see this. Then you go into Actions, Export, CSV format, and then it will. You're able to save the list. We're going to put it into K, which is a USB drive, and we can just save it as a CSV file. That's the simple way of doing it. But a lot of groups have more than 1,000 members, and that just doesn't work. You just get 1,000 members and that's it. So if you have more than 1,000 members, the workaround is this. First of all, you display the members all page, which only shows a few. Then you've got to basically use the page down button to get to the end of the list. So this can take a long time if you've got a very long list. But basically you have to wait until the entire list from A to Z is displayed on the screen. So we're there now because this is a relatively short list. Okay, but this can take a little while. You've got to keep on going until it ends. Then you go back up to the top of the list and you start at the word first name, and then you mark it, and then you go all the way down to the bottom of the list. Okay, so the entire list is now marked. Right click, press copy. Now you open Notepad and paste it. So it's all pasted in here. So let's go full screen on this. Now what we don't want is this little bit. So we copy that. We go to Edit, Replace, and make sure there's nothing in the replace with. Make sure that's empty. And then just to first of all do a test one, replace the first one. Looks good. Now you can click replace all and the entire list is converted. Done that, finished. And now you can type in the first line full name and then the tab. Now you do File, Save As. Now it's very important you get this right. Drive K is where we're doing it in this example. Now it defaults to text. You don't want text ending. It doesn't work very well. So make sure you change to all files. And then we're going to call this testgroup.prn. Okay, so the name of your group plus .prn, and then you save it in encoding UTF-8. You save the file onto your computer. So now we've done that. What you now want to do is get Microsoft Excel, do an open and browse, and you're on Drive K. You've got to find your PRN file and you've got to open that. So a dialog will now open. Now here we recommend UTF-8, which is near the bottom of the list. Unicode UTF-8, because if you have foreign names, otherwise they get sort of skewed up. So that looks good. Delimited. My data has headers. UTF-8, start upload row 1, and then click next. Now you got the first full name, first name, so that looks all good. make sure you've got tab delimited, but that's normally the default. Now you click on next again. Now for each column you have to click on it, click on text, and then just repeat this and for every column until you get to the last column. I'll just scroll a bit. Now some may be surprised that I'm putting even the date field at the end as text, but I've found that if you put that as date, it often gets skewed up and doesn't recognize everything properly, and you don't need it as a date anyway, so just use a text. It saves a lot of hassle. Click on finish, and now we've got all the data in Excel. Now it's a matter of cleaning it all up. If you double click on each column, on the edge of each column, you can expand it to the width needed so you can see the entire address, or the entire column properly. So we've done that. Everything looks good. You've got full name, which is sometimes the case. You've got first name. So these are optional, the first three fields. Then you have the Yahoo profile, the email address, the delivery options, allowed and joined. Okay, so you've got the data. Now you could stop here and just save it as an Excel table, and then you've got the data. But we want to prepare the data for Groups IO as well, so we're going to go further now. Groups IO for importing using the direct add feature. Let me see if I can just demonstrate this. So if you're using direct add on Groups IO, you're able to enter groups, and you can append digest, summary, or no mail to the end of the group. So remember that, digest, summary, or no mail. So let's go back to the address here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to have a new column called add, and another column, address. So now let us mark everything, go to data, then you can click on sort, and then my data has headers, and sort by delivery, and OK. So now we have all the addresses sorted by delivery. Now digest, now you might want to do digest here, but I suggest doing summary. So let's type in summary into the first line and copy that into all the lines where people have a digest. Individual emails, you don't need to type anything in, so you can skip those. And then when you get to no email, you've got to have no mail. Now, interestingly enough, if on Groups IO you have told the system not to accept no mail, you can still use no mail here, and the people labelled no mail will then be in special delivery. I always recommend switching off no mail because it makes no sense. If you want to send the people a special message, you can't if they're on no mail. So there we go. So everybody's marked on no mail. And we have special notices, which is basically the same. So continue that for special notices as well. So now we have all the addresses labelled, which need to be labelled, and we come to the address feature. In other words, we want an address. Now this has got to be a bit bigger, which is going to be what we actually enter into the direct add field. So what we now need is a little formula which will automatically convert these columns into exactly the kind of line you need for Groups.io. Now, I've made it easy for you. I've prepared a formula which will make it easy. This formula you'll find in the description below. Copy the formula. You type this into the address. This is for line 2, and I've entered it. Now you see the formula is at the top here, and basically what it does is it looks, first of all, if there's a name under full name. If there's a name under full name, it uses it. So you get Joe Hunter at the email address and then summary at the end, so it knows the delivery option. Now the next line, I'm just going to copy and paste this. The next line, there is no full name, but you see it's not quite working properly because in the full name field is not quite empty. If I press the delete key over that, it now is suddenly okay. Now it's showing the Yahoo profile as a name because we don't have the proper name. So now you have profile, you have the email address and summary. Perfect. But what happens if someone doesn't have the profile either? So let's go down to this one. Again, got to delete the line in A1. And now it provides the name as is expected when there is no name. Just email address and summary at the end. So basically, once you've typed in the formula in J2, you can then just basically mark the entire list and everything is okay. Now, as I say, you have to make sure that in A1 all the empty fields have been deleted because otherwise it doesn't quite work. But that's basically it. This line, this is what you then copy into direct add, and then you can enter or add your members directly into an iGroup. And the final thing, of course, you have to do is you have to do File, Save As, and then you save it as an Excel file. So let's make sure you click here from text file back to Excel. And then you can save what you've done as an Excel file so you don't lose any of the formatting or whatever. And you can sort it, you can do what you like. You've now got the complete membership data for that group. That's all you need to know. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and press that bell so you're notified when we release a new video. You'll also find a lot of useful data at groups.riforum.com. So that's me, Peter Walker, signing out, and have a great day.